As a small child, I occasionally accompanied my mother to the hospital to visit my older sister. At the age of 5, Susan was one of the thousands who fell victim to the polio virus that scourged the nation. She lived in the hospital more or less for the next 9 years. Daily, my mother traveled by bus. Polio being contagious, she deposited me in the large leather armchair waiting room at the University of Rochester Hospital with strict instructions to be good. And I would be good, reading comic books for a while. Then restlessness possessed me, and I left the waiting room to explore. Now, on one journey, I discovered the Interfaith Chapel, which turned out to be an excellent place to play. Rows of pews to leap over, walk across, and crouch behind sniping imaginary enemies. When people came into the chapel, I slid under the pews, hiding, as naughty boys do. I spied on the adults, and occasionally would overhear. Now, behind the altar was a large floor-to-ceiling mosaic, gold, with the words of Psalm 23 embossed. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He leads me to safe pastures and gives me rest. Yea, though I walk through the valley of darkness, I shall fear no evil. With your rod and staff, you comfort me. Only good things will follow me all the days of my life. People would often whisper this prayer aloud. These people were sad, tired, angry, often crying. I never saw adults cry. These adults did not look like they felt safe. They did not look rested or protected. Didn't sound as if many good things were following them. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. These people looked like they wanted a lot. So why did they keep praying? What did it mean? One day, on the bus home, I asked my mother that question. She was quiet a long time, fighting back tears before she answered, they are praying God gives them the strength. Come back tomorrow. Years before I understood what she meant of finding the strength to come back tomorrow. You know, stress, it initially bonds us together. We rise to the occasion, join to fight a common enemy. People sacrifice even their lives for people they don't know. Stress prolonged pulls us apart. Deprivation leads to a rainbow of unhappy emotions. You feel frustrated, nervous, exhausted, afraid, angry, depressed, despairing, short-tempered, sleep-deprived, impatient. We find other people hard to be with. They find us hard to be with. Not only are we pulled apart from others, we pull ourselves apart on the inside. Drained, we are increasingly self-critical. Our lives so much out of control, we decide we are useless. Weighed down by loss and loneliness, we wonder, why bother? This happens to even the best and the strongest among us. This past week here in New York, the medical director of a major emergency room, someone professionally skilled and familiar with suffering, was overcome by the death parading into her emergency room. She committed suicide. Another victim of virus grief. Sisters and brothers, Jesus warns us. Thieves and robbers are going to try to break into our souls. We can't stop them trying, but we can resist them. When tempted by thieves and robbers to see ourselves as helpless, when all we depend on vanishes, when our future has been stolen, when in the valley of darkness, surrounded by all these evils, we must not follow them. Cannot follow them into the land of despair, selfishness, anger. Jesus is the guardian of our souls, protecting our souls with the reality of his faith, faith to which we must listen with both ears. God's love for us is absolute and unconditional. We are precious in God's eyes, valued and valuable beyond measure. No matter how beaten and battered, no one can steal our ability to love and be loved. And if evil has its way with us and we die, we will rise again. Now, none of this keeps thieves and robbers from trying to break into our soul. But Jesus' message, Jesus' faith, in my mother's words, gives us the strength. Come back tomorrow. That's why, while the pandemic troubles the world, we still pray. Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Me to lay down in green pastures. Leads me beside still waters. Restores my soul. And even though I walk in the valley of darkness, in the shadow of the valley of death, I fear no evil. You are with me. With your rod and staff, they comfort me. Surely, goodness and kindness will follow me all the days of my life. I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen.